And what happens is you have to buy the whole assembly. Well, I'm not spending $1,000 for a clutch. I figure if man put it together, man could take it apart. So what I had to do is I took the top off, took the cap off, and I had to knock this loose till this came loose off of there. And I tried to salvage the clutch. I thought it was good. I tried to salvage it. I took it apart, greased it. This bearing was damaged. I thought I had it to show you how it was damaged, but it was dried out and damaged. This one was somewhat dry, but I managed to clean it out and lube it. I put a new bearing in, put it back on, and it still it didn't have that tight grip that I was expecting it to have. So I tried to adjust it and things wouldn't work out. So I end up taking it apart again, and I was trying to fix it, and I just noticed that I couldn't do it. So what I had to do was, I said I was going to replace the shaft, replace the clutch. Once again, this is non-serviceable. So when I tried to take this off cleanly, you know, heating it and all that, it wouldn't come. So what I did was, took the piece apart, I put this back together, I guess, trying to use it again. But I took this apart, and all I had was this. While it was still connected to the shaft, I just slightly grinded or cut the shaft, cut this piece till it was split, and then bumped it until it came off. Once it came off, you can add a PTO to any lawnmower, from what I'm understanding now. I took it apart, and I measured the shaft. All right, that's an inch. It's a little bit smaller than an inch, but you get the inch and it's gonna slide on there. I measured it and I ordered a new clutch. But what I had to do is I had to figure out, is it that you have two different versions. You have clockwise and you have counterclockwise. I had to figure out what version this is that I have on my unit. I still can't figure out if it's clockwise, looking at the blade from the boat, or counterclockwise, looking at it from the boat, or which I don't know exactly which side it was I'm looking for. So what I did was I just went to the reference point of these connectors, these extenders or whatever that connect the clutch to the center shaft, and I see that these go from the center to the outside in a clockwise motion. So what I did was I looked for one that had, I don't know, let me see if you can see, from the center, which is the silver part on the inside, to the outside, which is clockwise. So I replaced it with a clockwise. So I bought the clockwise PTO clutch that's similar, that's in that's the same shaft size. And all I have to do now is mount this. I'm gonna cut this to fit this, because I ain't going back to the factory one. Oh, you know what? No, no. Where is it? All right, so I fixed it on place. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna cut this to length, to size, custom fit this, so that this will hold this in place. This is what you need when you have a PTO clutch on there. You need this to hold it in place, so when the clutch engages, it stays stationary and turns the blade. So it's real easy to add PTO to your system, and you just need a 12 volt. You just need a 12 volt connection, and so that's how you add the PTO to your setup. I wish I'd have known this years ago, but I just didn't start. Digging into it till I got this Graveley right here, and I got to clean this up because I've been fighting with this Graveley for the past week and a half. Because when I bought it, it was making a grinding noise, and as you can see with the new bolts on there, when I said I needed to change the fluid since the age of it, just change the fluid for maintenance. And as I was taking the bolts off, they was all breaking. I must have had about 20 bolts that broke, so I had to go buy drill bits to drill and tap out, and that's where the time came in, drilling and tapping it out. All right, so back to this. Now, I only paid $60 for this. I got it on sale on Amazon, and they normally have real good sales for stuff, but you got to make sure that it fit and it's the size that you need. But that's how you add power takeoff to this. And I like the fact that this one goes up to, I could put a 5/8 belt on here, as opposed to this one that only would accept a 1/2 inch. And the reason why I like the 5/8 is because the 5/8 transmit as much power as you can throw at it, whereas when you have this little tiny belt, tends to stretch out when you get when it gets loaded, and then it starts melting and all that, because it can't transmit the power like it's supposed to. So I may cut these off, whatever, to reduce a little bit of weight or whatever, but that's how you add power takeoff to any lawnmower. Make sure you measure the deck, get it correct, make sure that you know which direction you're going. And I know it's going, I'm spinning that way because the chute is over here, so that means the blade is spinning this way. And looking at my the original clutch had inside, outside, going in the clockwise motion. So that's what I put it on. That's what I'm going off of. That's the clockwise motion. So I guess that means that the blade is spinning counterclockwise the way I'm looking at it. I don't know. But I just matched whatever this was, matched to it. So that's how you add power takeoff to any unit.